So, Mr. Cromartie coming in.
How you doing?
Good to see you. Pronounce your first name for us.
Naizaire.
Naizaire.
Yes, sir.
I had it. I think I got it right when I wrote it down. I thought I'd use the last name just to let you give us the first name. Naizaire Cromartie. How do you enjoy this Dudley Panther football team? Do you love this stuff?
I love it. It's almost like tradition and like family and building a relationship with my brothers, basically.
And did they play football there also?
Oh,
your brothers on the team. These are your brothers right here.
They're
Then.
my
Yeah.
brothers.
So everybody on this group's a family then.
Yeah, we're all family.
You're all Cromarties. You're all Panthers. You're all.
I wouldn't say we're all Cromarties, but I would say we're all family.
Braves. You're all Meadows. You're all together then. Dudley Panthers.
Yes, sir.
How about the guys? Let me throw this out. What about the guys you lost from last year? How did this defensive line, this defensive unit, just keep it in gear? I won't say rebuild because you didn't have to rebuild. How did you keep it in gear after losing all that time from last year's squad?
Well, I would say we basically had to step up last year when we lost a big-time player, Naizaire. So when we lost him, we had another player come in and step up and fill his shoes. And now we're just trying to, repeat what was done last year and the technique that they did. Just basically taking on the challenges that they did, and we're doing the same thing now.
And you lost some guys. You lost Register. You lost Mosley. Who else did you lose off last year's team?
We lost Khalil Vance.
Oh, big Khalil. We hadn't even talked about Khalil Vance. Khalil was a good one. He used to come in, and Khalil was always. I haven't seen his name on the college list yet as far as any stats. Got to take a look at him. I think he went to Pembroke or Cabell, one of those two. Pembroke, Khalil. But Khalil was a good kid.
Yeah, he was.
He was those kids that kind of came around late. They wasn't there forever with that football team. Once he joined, he got to work and made a name for himself.
Yep.
So you're missing some of those guys, but you're not missing those guys.
Yeah, at the same time, because I feel like we have enough pieces on our team right now where we can fill those spots in and still accomplish the same goal that we did last year.
You mentioned some of these guys. Let me know for sure they're still there, and how are they doing this year? What about Randall Diaby? How's he doing this year?
Well, Randall, he suffered I think it was a broken thumb.
Is he out?
Yeah, he's out until playoffs. But we have another player, Austin. He's stepping up right now. Came in the last game, so the Alamans made about eight tackles in that game. So
not bad at all. Yeah. So Randall's out. Now, Randall, didn't he come in last year for somebody else that got hurt?
Yeah, he came in for Naizaire.
That's what I thought, yeah. So it's kind of interesting how he came in last year for the void, and this year he goes out, somebody else takes his spot.
Yeah.
What about the rest of that defense?
Well, defensive line-wise, we have plenty of defensive tackles. So we have Unaz, we have DJ. I'm sorry if I'm not listening to last names, but we have Zach. We have a good rotation in the middle.
How about those linebackers?
Linebackers, we have Patrick, we have OC, we have Nigel, and we have Elijah, and then we have Moody Montavious Moody.
You lost a few guys from that linebacking core from last year too, didn't you?
We lost Tom Majak and Chris Register.
Pretty big spot right there.
It's a pretty big spot, but I feel like our backers now are still stepping up.
Tom Majak was the guy that really excelled his last year too. We expected Chris Register to do what he did, but Tom Majak just blew our minds at times. Stuff he was able to do.
Yeah, one game, that Southeast game, we made like 20-some tackles.
Amazing. And he played well in the championship game too.
He did.
I think he might have got like defensive
MVP.
player of the game. Yeah, on defense. Where did he end up at college-wise? Any idea?
I'm not really sure. I can't really remember.
Gotcha.
I know he did go to college though.
So Naizaire Cromartie with us, and what's your objective going to that Grimsley game tomorrow night? What's your goal going into the game?
Well, basically try to hold it down for the defensive line wise, and make sure my teammates know what their assignments are and everything. That's basically.
How tall are you and how much do you weigh? Give us some
6'2", 230.
230. That's kind of a lean, mobile 230, right?
Yeah.
How about that guy Isaiah Little, the big lineman? Do you go up against him in practice a lot of days?
Sometimes. He just is now returning back. So
from injury.
From injury. Right. So in the summertime we used to go head, back and forth, but he was a good competition.
It's good to have a guy like that around to go up against him.
Yeah.
Is he pretty mobile, pretty quick for his size?
I think so, yes, sir.
Yeah, it's pretty good evaluation. Pretty good evaluation, yeah. Mr. Cromartie, what do you think you'll be doing next year as college maybe comes? You're a senior this year?
Yes, sir.
So what do you think about college for the future? What's it look like for you there?
Well, I want to attend a 4-year university, major in graphic design, because I want to be a designer for Nike. That's my main
For Nike, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my main goal.
All you need to do is take that swoosh and put it backwards and say, this is my deal.
I think somebody's done it already.
Have they tried that?
Yeah,
wow.
I think so.
But so you're into that. You might want to go for Nike one day.
Yes, sir.
It wouldn't be bad at all. That'd be a great deal to get going there. No doubt about that. Let's get a few questions from Mr. Cromartie here. What one word best describes you as a football player?
Explosive.
Explosive. I like that one. That's one we hadn't heard that much often. How about what one word would best describe the season for you guys so far, you think?
Progression.
Progression?
Yeah.
That's good, too.
And better and better.
So you look at this thing kind of like a little train headed down the track. You get a little further each week.
Yeah.
And the schedule might be to your liking, too. Gets a little tougher maybe each week. Yeah. Last week and this week, a little tougher maybe with Grimsley. Then you still got Page. Hey, you guys couldn't ask for a better schedule the way it's lining up for you right now. If I'm looking at this as a football fan observer, you're still got Grimsley this week. I'll be a little tougher than Southern Almans.
Yeah.
Then we got Page. It'll be a little bit tougher there. Big challenge. And we got possibly the biggest challenge of all, maybe the Southeast last game.
I would say that, but I mean, our main goal is just to have all our playoff runs come to our house. Mm-hmm. That's our main goal. So
win all your games and have that home field advantage.
Yes, sir.
Sure worked out well for you last year.
Yeah, it was. I would say it was pretty tough, but in the end, putting our team together, I feel like we had a really good team, and I feel like we have a great team.
And you were out there among that mix last year on that defense pretty much the entire year. Talk about this, because I've thought about this in my sleep many a time. This is when I go back to. I go back to the Charlotte Catholic game.
Oh, yeah.
I go back to 4th down. I think it's 4th and 2 from the 7.
Yeah.
And Elijah Hood gets a yard and a half.
Yeah. Well,
how crazy was that?
Basically, from there we brought in big Naizaire Little. He came in and played. I think nose it was.
Could have been nose guard. Okay.
Basically, it was a dogfight in the trenches.
That had to be a fight. Because that was the down. That was the play. That was, to me, that was almost the entire season.
Yeah.
Because if he gets that first down, I don't say this disrespect toward Dudley. Yeah. I got a feeling they would have went to the end zone.
They probably would have.
Because that's just a wild play.
But I mean, the defense we had.
He stood up.
Remarkable. So
he came up, I think, a half yard short, maybe right at it. Stopped him dead. That was a tough game. He got a little better in the second half too.
Yeah.
He ran with a little bit more authority. I think he ran some speed runs in the first half, Hood did, but got a little stronger in the second half. But you guys were up to the challenge.
I feel like that was our toughest game the whole season.
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say you guys finally played the championship game that night because Scotland County, respectable opponent, but nothing like you saw against Charlotte Catholic. That was a war. That was a wild night. It was kind of a windy kind of night too. A little bit of wind, a little bit of cold that night. Outstanding game. Let's get some questions here because we're going to get off the subject. We'll be going too far down the road. We need to come back and get back in line here. We're talking about the words describing Mr. Cromartie here and describing the season. Where do you get your football skills from? Family members, inherited?
I would say my dad was a big football player when he played. Yeah. But other than that, I just try to flow with everybody else. Like I try to use. I can learn easily different techniques from different people. So whatever helps me and whatever I can see that helps my game, that's what I try to use.
You're willing to learn and pick it up. Family members, you said some relatives played football. Where?
My dad, my brother.
Where did they play? All at Dudley? Were they Dudley people?
No, my dad, he was actually born and raised in Rayford.
Rayford, North Carolina. Wow, not bad.
So, and my brother, he played for Page and Northern. My oldest brother.
Played for Page and Northern.
Yeah.
Man. That's a wild combination, man. You got a little Northern, got a little Page, a little Dudley. So that's a fun battling household. Then.
Yeah.
Got to be some fun right there. Personal goals tomorrow night?
Hopefully to lead the state in sacks. That's my personal goal.
How many you got so far?
14.
14, not bad. I wrote down the goals for me would have been 7 tackles and 3 assists. Try to get that 10 tackle number. Yours is more towards the sacks.
Yeah.
Got to get more sacks.
Because they're going to be I feel like on our defense they're going to try to throw the ball a lot more because when running the ball on our defense is a pretty hard challenge for the other teams. So throwing the ball is probably their best bet.
You guys have a sack leader. Last year was Albert McLean. Was he among sack leaders last year in the state? Or was Vance or somebody last year?
I know Khalil Vance. He had 19 in the season. So I'm trying to come for his record.
Yeah, exactly. So you're at 14 right now?
Yes, sir.
And he had 19 last year, Khalil. See, that's one name we haven't mentioned tonight. I think we should mention it one more time since it came back to me. Albert McLean, man, that guy was a massive dude.
That was a great player.
He was all. I mean, you and I are talking now, kind of semi-formal. Well, man, Albert was all business.
Yeah.
He came ready to go.
He's a big guy. And he was really strong. So and he had that explosiveness that I really want. So
yeah.
I look after that sometimes.
I think he was going to go to Winston-Salem State. I hope he's still there.
Yeah, he's still there.
Good deal. Good deal. We'll see him show up some more for you guys. Who was your middle school coach going back there? Any idea? Well, no?
Oh, gosh. Middle school. Because my coaches switched. They switched. It was a coach for 7th grade year and it was a coach for 8th grade year, so they all switched. But we didn't do that. We didn't do so well. I think our first season we went 0-7, and then the second season we went 1-6.
Was that over at Lincoln or was that?
Lincoln.
Yeah, gotcha.
Lincoln.
Didn't do too well there then.
Yeah.
Other than football, your coach Stephen Davis and your coach Norris Best. Other than football, the best coach you've ever had?
Coach Lambert.
Coach
Our
Lambert.
defensive lineman coach.
Yeah.
He's taught me, and he's basically mentored me to be basically the player I am today. You know?
Any sports outside of football you play?
I did discus. I've done wrestling. I was thinking about doing it again this year, but I'm not really sure yet. Still in my mind.
Still a possibility there. Probably be the weight class right below the super heavyweight, or what do they call those weight classes?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm willing to try it.
So if you look at Coach Davis, look at Coach Best, and then Coach Lambert football, is another coach outside of football is what a great coach you've had?
I can say my dad's a mentor, like a coach that he can help me out. You know.
What's your dad's first name?
Daryl.
Daryl Cromartie.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. How about favorite college football team?
It has to be Oregon.
Oregon Ducks,
Yes,
Oregon
sir.
State Beavers. Always got to try to keep those
Oregon
two.
Ducks.
Oregon Ducks, Oregon State Beavers. Got to keep those two separate. Oregon. You think you ever been out there? You think you might go there one day?
I haven't been out there.
Gosh, that goes back to your job too, Nike.
yeah.
Oregon, man.
That's-
Beaverton. What is it? Beaverton, Oregon. Man, this goes right back to your home
I
then.
think it's Portland.
Out that way. Yeah.
That's where Nike is, but Beaverton,
Gotcha.
Oregon is where they're at.
How about the team you want to play for in college? Would it be Oregon? Would it be somebody else? Are we close?
Right now, I'm undecided. I'm not really sure.
So
yet.
we're gonna academics. That's all in order. Isn't
Yeah, academics. It has to have my major. As long as they have my major and they're interested in me and showing me
Graphic design, right?
graphic design.
I'm paying attention. I got that, man. I still remember that graphic design. Greatest athlete that ever lived?
I have to say Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson. Going with Bo. What are you going to be doing 10 years now? Something in the graphic design field, you think?
Yeah. Probably trying to get around to actually being able to work at Nike. So
Yeah.
whatever it
Got to
takes.
get a time frame. Got to get a kind of a stepping stone.
Because I know sometimes it takes a while for you to actually like work for Nike, so you have to get like a portfolio. A portfolio to get there.
Yeah.
So.
Let's just hope they don't send you overseas and outsource you to another country and you got to come back. That would be tough. To the Kay Hagan, Tom Tillis question, they both hit the front door at the same time. Who do you let in first, Mr. Tillis or Miss Hagan? See, those you've got to see these guys on. They've been on TV so much. It's like they're already here.
I guess Kay Hagan.
Kay Hagan, okay. Let me see. We'll go back here again. Here we go. This is a good one for you, right quick. Where did last year's Dudley quarterback go to college?
Tennessee.
Yep, there you go. You answered that question correctly. Everybody's got their question. They're going to give you a meal ticket, too. Super job. Good to meet you, talk to you, too.
Nice to meet you.
Good luck. Keep up the good work this season. We'll see you at Nike one day. I've been wearing these Brooks shoes now. I need to switch back to Nike. You go to work, I'll ask for a free